Now, I want to ask you, do you know what does it mean chimpanzee?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
What does it mean?
Like it's a type of a monkey.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a type of a monkey.
a gorilla
Where does it
maybe
live? Where does it exist?
in the jungle.
Um,
In the jungle, but mostly in which places? In which country?
Um, Rainforest. The countries that have rainforest.
Which countries? Like, for example, Africa or Asia or Europe? Where do you think?
Uh,
I
In
think
in Africa, because the weather in there is mostly good for these chimpanzees and for these monkeys. So most of the animals, I told you before that most of the animals they exist where they exist in Africa. So the source of the chimpanzees around the world they exist where they exist in Africa, and from there some people came to Africa to take these chimpanzees to their country to make some research about it and to make some experience about it. But right now, we are going to talk about these chimpanzees indeed to understand what is the characteristic of these animals and how, in some ways, they are similar to people. Do you know this information before?
yeah, yeah,
Animals are the most animals that are near to people and have some characteristic like the people. They know how to use tools. They know how to act like people. They sometimes use even the signal language and the sign language. Today we are going to learn about these animals indeed, but before that we have to know the vocabulary of this lesson. So let's go ahead and go for the reading book. Open your reading book on the page 53, 52, 53. So right here, page 52 in the reading book. Or sorry, let's make it 55 actually. 55, 54. So page 55 in the reading book. Okay, I will read for you this little passage right here, and from the passage we are going to have the yellow words right here to understand the meaning of these words. Zoo then and now. The first zoos existed to entertain people who came to see strange wild animals from around the world. Hardly anyone though Hardly anyone thought about the health and happiness of these captive animals. For the most part, they were kept in small cages. Little was known about them, so no one knew what they needed for food or homes. Zoo life was nothing like their existence in the wild. Being shut in a tiny space and looking at metal and concrete all day was surely an ordeal. Today, zoos are very different from those early primitive places. Zoos today try hard to make life interesting and normal for their animals. The best zoos provide environments like those the animals would have in the wild. They offer many stimulating objects to keep the animals from getting bored. Animals are grouped in ways that make sure they have companionship. One aim is to set up family groups so babies can be born, helping endangered species increase their numbers. Zoos have become important to the survival of many animals. They are both sanctuaries and places of learning. They offer a safe place for animals to live and opportunities for people to understand the earth creatures. Okay, let me ask you this, my girls. Who went to a zoo before? Did you went to a zoo before? Huh?
yeah.
Okay, how
Yeah.
was it? How did you feel when you got there?
Um, Weird because like the first time I saw like a lion, tiger, and I was afraid.
He was afraid of seeing these
Yeah,
animals in there, right? Like lion and
yeah.
tiger. But what are the cute animals that you saw? Did you saw any cute
Um,
animals in there?
yeah.
Like what?
The parrot
Very good. And
and like the small birds.
that's real. That's a good one. And
Yeah,
also maybe raccoon, maybe also pandas,
yeah.
maybe sometimes like bears. Why? Let me ask you, why did you go for the zoo at that time? Hmm.
We traveled, but like we went to visit. Yeah, we went like to first time we went to a zoo.
But people, when
Like
they
we
visit
want to
a
see.
zoo, when they wanted to visit a
Yeah,
zoo, what they want to see, what they want to learn, they want to learn something or just they go to watch?
I
Mm,
think they want to learn something, and both of them they want to learn and watch.
Yes, excellent. They want to learn and watch. Why? Watching give them entertaining. Like they go there to see something
Yeah,
different from the things that they see every day. This is one thing. The other thing that they go there to learn more about these animals because most of the time we don't see it in our daily lives, of course, because we don't
yeah,
have jungles in here, we don't have woods. So normally the people in the cities, they don't see and interact with animals. But if you go to the zoo, then you can see these animals inside the zoo and you can learn about them. You can understand the way they behave. You can understand how they live in there and the circumstances around it. But anyway, the reason why people go to the zoo is for entertainment and for also learning. However, the zoos in the back and in the history, it wasn't that interesting at that time. Why? Because when they brought these animals in the olden times, the people they brought the animals from their places, from the jungles that they used to live in there, and they brought it to what to the zoo. And the zoo was a big place that full of cages and full of what of places that is dark and made of metal, and they put these animals behind bars like prisoners, like they did a crime, and the whole day the animal would just stare in there to the metal bars and to the concrete walls and nothing else. They didn't put for him any type of entertaining thing for the animal. So the poor animal, he would feel so weird at that time. Why? Because he is in a totally different place than his jungle, and there's nothing for him to play with
yeah,
or to see other animals like him. So what happened to these poor animals? That most of them they died in that captive, in those captive places because it was very hard for them to live in those conditions and those circumstances. So the people after that realized that they are hurting these animals other other than playing with them or having entertainment with these animals. So some people realized that we have to change these zoos instead of making them like a captivating place for these animals to make them also entertaining for the animals itself and for people. So what they did, some people they added some games to um, the to the zoo places. Like for example, if they put the monkeys in one cage, they would put in that cage, for example, come some of the games, some type of food that they like, some type of
yeah. They put
trees.
for them a trees.
Yeah, they put for them also trees that they like to hang around and to play with. So the animal wouldn't feel it's a totally different place and he would feel he's welcomed and this place is similar to his place. And something else, some of the zoos also bring another animal and another animals to put it in the same cage. Yani instead of having two monkeys in one cage, they will put like 10 or sometimes
Yeah,
they will put like 7 or 10. Why? Because they want the animal to feel that he is living inside his jungle and with his companions and with his family. And then after a while, maybe they will get married and then they will have babies and they will have children of their own. So the animals will live there as they are living in the jungle. These are the situation right now in the in the uh, in the meanwhile around the world that the people they started to put some of the entertaining things for the animals inside zoos. Okay, what about the words right now that we need to understand in this lesson? Huh? What is the first word we have, Watin, here?
captive.
Captive. Excellent. The second one, Malak. existence. And then we have ordeal, and we have primitive, stimulating, and companionship, and sanctuaries. Let's go one by one to understand the meaning of them, and then we will have exercise about it. Okay, can you see this picture with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. We have the first word is captive. What does it mean, captive? Like this monkey in the cage. Captive, it means to keep someone in confinement, held against your will. For example, if you bring a person from the street and you bring him and put him inside a jail. Of course, nobody likes to stay in jail. So you bring him against his will and you keep him in that jail and you close that jail on that person. So it means that I keep that person in captive, which means that I hold him against his will and I put him behind bars. It means that he is under captive. Then the second word we have is stimulating. Stimulating, it means like engaging or interesting, lively. For example, girls, I want you to stimulate in this lesson by having some exercise, okay, in the lesson. So stimulating here, it means what? It means we are engaging, we are interesting in something, we are living the experience. And then we have primitive. Primitive, it means very simple. Primitive, very simple, like this line, nothing complicated. Then we have existence. Existence, it means condition of being or alive or being alive. Like for example, dinosaurs, they are not in existence anymore because they were dead since a long time and extinct since a long time. So existence, it means to be alive. And then ordeal. Ordeal, it means what? It means a difficult experience. Like, for example, these cars, they crashed and they hit each other because of this flood right here. And now it's an ordeal situation that we need another car to pull this one away. So it's an ordeal situation. It's a difficult experience. And then we have sanctuary. Sanctuary, it means that, for example, if there's a heavy rain outside and somebody is walking, a little girl is walking and she doesn't know where her house. She came to your house and she asked for a sanctuary. What does it mean, sanctuary? She's asking for a place to stay a little bit until the rain go and then she will go to her house. So sanctuary, it means
Like a
that
shelter?
to give a place for a refugee or protection, to protect somebody, to give him a place, to give him a room to spend the time, to protect him from other things that is an outside. For example, enemy or rain or snow, or there is no place for him, so you are give him a sanctuary. And then we have companionship. Companionship, having a
Right.
friendly relationship with others. Like, for example, right now you have the companionship between you and Malak and Lean. All of you have the companionship, which means the friendship. Okay, let's go right now to the notebook. And I want you to open the page. Just a second. The page, please. Open the page
Page one.
260 in the notebook. Okay, as you can see here inside the table, we have the vocabulary that we took today: captive, companionship, existence, ordeal, primitive, sanctuaries, and stimulating. Choose the word from the books that best matches each definition. Write the word on the line. So we have from number 1 to 5, we have definitions, and each definition will take one of these words. So very simple, huh? Which word means very simple?
Wait, miss.
Open the page 260, please.
Okay, I opened it. Primitive.
Primitive, very good. So we have the first word, primitive, which means very simple or not complicated. Primitive. Okay, and then number 2, Malak. Kept in confinement against your will, to keep somebody behind bars. What we call it?
Captive.
Captive, very good. So you keep that person captive. A severe test or experience, something complicated and very hard experience.
Ordeal.
Yeah, ordeal, very good. So we have ordeal. And then we have number 4, places of refugee or protection. To protect somebody and to give him a place inside your house.
Uh,
Sa
Sanctuaries.
Sanctuaries, very good. So we have sanctuaries. And then we have number 5, friendly feeling among companions.
Companionship.
Companionship, very good. Companionship, excellent. Okay, right now in number 2, choose the word from the box that best completes each sentence. Write the word on the line shown on the left. Now we have sentences and we are going to choose one of these and put it in the right sentence. Number 1, Malak, can you read number 6, please?
Yeah, Margaret really enjoyed the among her friends. The primitive.
Margaret really enjoyed the among her friends. So she is among her friends and they have friendship. So what we call that thing? Instead of friendship, I can use she enjoys
uh,
what?
Companionship.
Companionship. So companionship, Margaret, she enjoys the companionship of her friends, which means to be around her friends. So companionship, it means to be around with somebody or to be friend with somebody. Number 7, Watin. Carl.
Carl did not believe in the of ghosts.
So I believe that animals exist. I believe plants exist. But I don't believe in the existence of ghosts. Very good. So number 8, Malak.
She joined the film club so she could meet people who liked conversations about movies.
So this is the girl. She joined a film club. This club, she will meet her friends, and they will talk about movies. They will have conversations about movies. So, what kind of conversations? Captive conversations, companionship conversations, ordeal conversations, or, for example, stimulating conversations. Yeah,
Stimulating.
stimulating, excellent. Why? Because stimulating, it means engaging. Yani everybody is talking about that film, so she enjoys stimulating conversations. Then number 9, Watin. The class.
The class survived the of taking the hardest test they had ever had.
So the class survived the of taking hardest test they had ever. So what is the thing that we call it a very hard situation?
Ordeal.
Ordeal, very good. So the ordeal of taking the hard test. Number 10, the science class went to visit several wildlife sanctuaries. Sanctuaries, it means that safe places for animals. So they went for wildlife sanctuaries. Okay, my girl, there is a homework I want you to do for this day. I want you to write each one of these words inside a sentence. And also, I want you to write a news article. On a separate sheet of paper, write a newspaper article about a person who is trying to save an endangered animal. Use as many vocabulary words as you can. Okay, imagine yourself that you went for the jungle and you are a newspaper reporter or journalist. You went in there and you find Some type of animals is what is endangered, and maybe he will die if we don't save him. So you are trying to write a news article about this to save this animal and to tell people about it. Okay, and use as many vocabulary from our lesson of today as you can. Okay, my girls,
Okay.
if you
Okay.
can do it today, yeah, you have the whole week to write it.
Yeah.
If you can send it today, it's fine. If you can send it until Thursday, it's also fine by me. You have like 3 days. Okay, let's go right now to play quiz is and to have vocabulary game. We have 13 questions and I want you to go ahead and to open this link, join my quiz.
Okay, Miss, can you give me the code?
377
Yeah.
258. Okay, you joined, so I will start. Yeah.
It started me from the beginning.
What?
It restarted me from the beginning.
Why? Maybe it's your internet connection, Malak. Watin, do you have the same problem? Did,
No.
Woman, listen to us.
or maybe the questions are repeated.
No, it's not repeated. In the beginning,
No.
he gave me the first question. Then now he put me back.
Okay, so complete, no problem. Can you complete or he kicked you out?
I I don't think it's
Can you complete answering?
no
So
no.
he kicked you out, I think.
Miss, I think he can't kick you out.
I don't know. So Malak, you can't answer anymore?
I don't know. I'm in the last page. I'm in the like in the character notes. Yani. It like ended it for me.
Hmm. Okay, so let's wait for Watin. Watin, did you finish?
I know, Miss. Wait. Okay, Miss, I'm done.
Okay, let's go ahead and answer the questions together. So So these are the questions right here. And let me see, just a minute. Malak, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with you, but does he skip for you these questions or you skip it?
No, it's just get me to the. It say it ends, then it comes this.
Okay, so let's see the questions together one by one. So what does it mean, captive? I want you both to answer it, huh? Captive, what does it mean? Kept in confinement or an army general or staying away from endangered animals or a hat? What does it mean, captive?
Kept in confinement.
Excellent. So the first one, it will be the answer. And then number 2, companionship. Is it friendly feeling among friends or dogs and cats, sleeping or napping, fighting with weapons?
Friendly feeling among friends.
So it's number 1. Existence. What does it mean? The condition of being alive, standing by an ocean.
Yeah, the first one.
The condition for being alive.
Ordeal. What does it mean? Ordeal.
Animals who help each other.
Animal who help each other. Ordeal.
No. Wait. Ordeal.
A severe test or experience, getting stuck, or animals who help each other, or musical instrument. The first one. Who? Malak, she said animals who help each other.
No.
Okay, no, Malak. Ordeal, it means something hard. Okay, hard situation. Then we have primitive. What does it mean?
Simple.
Very simple. So it's the first one. Sanctuaries.
A place of
safety
or protection.
Excellent. So it's the first one also. Stimulating. Lively or engaging. Children who scream or being afraid of something or
lively
or engaging.
Excellent. So it's the first one. Very good. And then the scientists studied the chimpanzees' relationship with others. So I want the word that I can put it instead of relationship with others. I'll put what?
Companionship.
Companionship. Okay, my life is full of happiness and joy. And instead of life, I would put what? Fellowship, dependence, existence, or primitive? My life.
Primitive.
No, my life. I'm talking about my life. No, my life is full of happiness and joy. Instead of the word life, what should I put? Fellowship, dependence, existence, or primitive? Existence. Existence is the answer. Okay, my difficult experience was made worse when it started to rain. So ordeal, excellent job. The simple tools were displayed in the museum. Instead of simple, primitive, very good. My difficult experience began when I couldn't find my wallet. Instead of difficult experience, what should I put? Hardship, stimulating, excellence, yes. Hardship. Very good. And then we have the chimpanzees were confined. Instead of confined, what should I put? Captive? Yeah, excellent. So these are the vocabulary of today. Hope that you understand it all. And I want you also to write sentences for each vocabulary and also to write for me article as a journalist. Okay? Do you have any question until now, my girls?
No.
Okay, I will see you in 5 minutes. Take a break 5 minutes and come back to complete reading. Bye-bye.
Bye.